everyone, it's Frank Walters here, and today I want to talk about painting foliage. To you, that's things like trees, bushes, and assorted leafy items. And it's something a lot of artists find a little bit difficult, not quite sure how to. Well, to be honest with you, there are a million and one different ways of painting trees, and this is just one way of doing it. For a start, I've got a nice bit of reference of the goosefoot at Chiswick House grounds. I've done a nice graded wash, light blue at the top, raw sienna at the bottom, two of my favourite colours. And now I'm ticking in without a drawing. Absolutely no drawing was made here. I'm just looking at my reference. I'm using a nice number 8 Kolinsky sable. I'm using one singular green, which is olive green, watercolour. And what I'm doing with the olive green, I'm just cutting it with a few other colours and starting to draw. Instead of drawing with a pencil and then colouring in your drawing, why don't you get a nice Kolinsky sable and start drawing with the sable brush? I know it's a bit different and it's not quite as hard as you think it is. Just let it go. Just let things happen. I'm getting in some dark accents now, you can see that. So that means I've got a little bit of blue, maybe some indigo in with that green, with the olive green. Retaining light. I always say this to my students, retain light. That's really important. You can see where the light is. So we've got different values going on. Values is everything. Colour gets all the credit, values does all the work. I've always said that. Now painting a little bit in the negative around that secondary tree there, right in the middle. Is a funny, complicated little study because I've got these paths moving off into 3 different directions. As long as I keep the horizon point in the right place, then everything should be okay. Getting always, with watercolour, always start light. And as you progress through the painting, start moving towards the dark passages. You can see I just lifted a little bit of pigment out of that. I felt that was a bit too strong. So you can always correct with watercolour. It's not the end of the world if things don't quite work out. You can always go backwards and make some little revises. Okay, I'm coming up to the last bit now, and I'm putting in really strong values right at the very end. These are the real powerful, strong values, and then I need to get in the shadow glaze. And I think a lovely shadow glaze would be the lovely warm purple, really, of French ultramarine mixed with alizarin crimson. It's one of my favourite little shadow washes. And I think it's going to blend really well with all that greenery, with all that olive green everywhere. So let's start to mix that up. There's the French ultramarine. Let's go and get some alizarin in there too. And just check this out. This is what makes the big difference now. It's those cast shadows that make all the difference to a landscape watercolor painting. Even as sort of complex as this. I like to think that I've decomplicated this particular painting, and I hope you agree. Nice bit of dry brush there. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please check out my website of frankwatercolours.com, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel.